Hi guys, this is Mike Greer with another quick video tour of one of the best collections of resources I've ever seen for developing your study skills. And that is the EducationAtlas.com Study Skills Collection. You know, if you or somebody you know is struggling to master a new subject, it may not be that the subject itself is too hard. It may be that you don't have the right strategy for tackling that subject. So with the Study Skills Collection at Education Atlas, there are lots of clean, simple, no frills tips, tricks, checklists, and guidelines that can show you how to approach study and make it more efficient. So let's check out the study skills section. I'm going to go over here to the far right tab and click on study skills. And up comes the study skills guide for students page. Now you notice as you look through here, you're going to see a lot of tools and checklists. As you scroll down, you see it says general study guides and test taking study skills guides. And then we get into study skills resources by subject. So I'm going to just quickly take you through some of these so you can see some of the good stuff that's here. Before we get started though, just to summarize, this section is designed to help you develop effective study skills, improve your reading comprehension, discover your own personal study style, learn to manage your time more efficiently, and learn the best way to prepare for exams, as well as some other really good tips and tricks. So let's take a look at some specific samples of these, which I've gone ahead and pre-opened. Here's something you're going to find: a strategy for reading textbooks using the PQR3 method. Preview, question, read, recite, and review. And it elaborates on each of those. Another one we've opened is the improving your note-taking. Clear and accurate, come prepared, compare your notes, minimize distraction, then go back and organize your notes. Use abbreviations, and it gives you some tips on those and symbols. Write clearly, review your notes. So lots of good stuff there that can help you think about, are you doing the most efficient note-taking? How about dealing with test anxiety? Develop good study habits, be prepared, be ready in the first place, and that's less anxiety for you. Don't cram, get adequate exercise, and so forth. Lots of specific tips. Strategy for solving math word problems. Survey the math problem, question it, read it, question it, compute it, question it, and go through that. SQ, RQ, CQ. Multiple choice test taking tips. A strategy for going after that. Essay test preparation. Okay, so these are just some of the general study guides and test taking skills guides. But let's go down here further and take a look at the study skills resources by subject. Okay, now what you see here is a list of broad general subject areas, each of which has its own set of strategies for approaching the study, approaching the test taking, and so forth. So we looked at this list. We go through accounting, biology, business, chemistry, computer science, engineering, history, law, math, physics, political science, and scrolling down a little bit, we got education, psychology, and English. So a lot of different subject areas, and I've opened a few of these so you can get a feel for how this works. So clicking on the math study skills subject area, we come up with this listing of links. And I've opened a few of those. This is a self-survey for your math study skills, kind of a personal analysis to see where you stand in terms of your ability to handle math. And it has us selecting a math class, a section on time and place for studying strategies for the class itself, how to handle math tests, how to approach them, or how you approach them, and then a look at your own math anxiety. So get a grade here on that, and some tips on where to go from there. Another paper here that you'll find is math study skills, tips associated with approaching math, why it's different, how to set aside time. And here's a wonderful study guide for solving math word problems with a little overview and some suggestions for how to approach that, and some specific examples, and lots of other tips, vocabulary and keywords, and dealing with math series. So good stuff there. Looking at another section, how to study for accounting. We've gone back here in the accounting area now. Studying for accounting produces a whole bunch of tools as well that you can look at. So let's go to, see, plain and simple here. This is a guide for students studying accounting. Reading the textbook, why accounting is different, and why it requires a different strategy to approach it. This might not be pretty, but what it is good information for helping you get started with the study of accounting. And it's actually quite a detailed list there that takes you through making the best use of class time, preparing for exams, and that sort of thing. All right. Going back again to that list, we're going to look at how to study history. And we'll look, there's lots of different tips on writing their short essay, research papers, and so forth. I've opened a couple of these. One of them is organizing information in your history so you can see how the pieces fit together, and show me an example of a flow chart. Well, and up comes an example of a flow chart showing the destruction of Athens, victory over the Persians, and some details, and show the flow of that history so you get a flow of events. We can go back to that page through the back button here and show me an example of another flow chart. So this one has to do with movement of Cortez through Mesoamerica in the 16th century, as you see there. And this is a good way to get that big picture and connect the dots in your history course. One other sample we've come up with here is an outline taking sample, where it's not so much a flow chart as it is a little bit of a template where you get the summary at the bottom and some key points about a particular topic. So looking next at the study of physics. How do you study physics? How do you approach physics? Well, study tips for introductory physics students comes up, and general tips, keeping up with the course, tips regarding reading, tips for approaching lectures, how to handle problems, lab work, exams, and how do you deal with your weaknesses. And then another tool that you'll find there is how do you write about physics. So some checklists for writers themselves, and for those who are doing the grading, you get a sense of what the evaluation criteria can be for people who are looking at written descriptions that are part of the physics assignment. So go to the EducationAtlas.com, Study Skills tab, look within that at the topic areas, at your general overall information for approaching your study skills and your test-taking skills, and find some good stuff that can help you. And this is a really great example of some of the best free training that's out there. No frills, just good stuff. Enjoy.